Hello.
Well,
Good afternoon.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to
welcome.
once again. Welcome to our all recovery meeting today, Thursday, and we have some very exciting guests. Oh, we can't wait to introduce them, and they're going to introduce themselves. My name is Craig. I'm one of the Capital Recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center.
And I'm Karen, also Capital Recovery Coach.
And I'm Michael, one of your Capital Recovery coaches.
And I'm Dawn, one of your recovery coaches. And I'm Karen, one of the recovery coaches. And I'm Dawn, one of the recovery coaches.
All right. So how everybody doing today? We out here in Vining at Recovery on Wheels. What's our location?
7th and Wood in Vining.
7th and Wood. And also next month, we will be at these 4 locations. We're going to give them to you right quick.
So on Tuesday, August 3rd, we will be at the Wendy's at 39 East Broad Street. We really hope you guys come out and see us.
Come on out.
Wednesday, August 11th, we'll be at the mini park across from City Liquors in Millville. Come on out.
Come on out.
Yeah, good stuff.
Wednesday, 8/18 on the 18th, we'll be at Lowry Liquors on Buckshootum Road in Millville.
Come on out, guys.
Come on out.
Thursday, August 26th, we'll be back here at 7 and Wood at the Spirit and Truth Ministries. And when we're here, we have haircuts and food and clothes and all different things. So just come on out and check it out. There's lots of services, lots of information.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Come on out. All right, Craig.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate all that good information. So we're going to delve right into the topic today. And one of the topics we're going to continue on from the all recovery aspect. And the one we're going to do today is natural recovery from substance abuse. Let me read that again. Natural recovery from substance abuse. And this article is presented by alcoholrehab.com. All right?
All right.
All right. And so without further delay, I'm going to start it off and then we'll get into it. All right, it says natural recovery defined. Natural recovery refers to a situation where an individual is able to escape their alcohol or drug dependency without the benefit of any type of treatment.
Just going to elaborate.
The individual just arrives at a point in their life where they feel able to quit. There are also cases where heavy alcohol or drug users have been able to return to stable levels of use. It is difficult to assess the number of people who are able to escape substance use disorder this way. This is because such individuals do not usually show up in the statistics as they have not sought any form of treatment. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear us, but I just read where there are people out here in the community that find it one of the ways that they went on the road of recovery was a natural way of dealing with their substance use disorder, and they was able to do it without attending any form of treatment.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
That's good stuff, Craig. Good stuff.
Wow. I mean, if anyone would like to elaborate on that, me myself, I went through the form of therapeutic community, but if there's anyone out there that would like to add, please feel free.
And I combine multiple different pathways myself. I use 12 steps, MAT, and faith-based. I combined mine. You want to elaborate on what pathway you use?
And for me, I just got tired. So I just decided myself that I did not want any more substances in my body. So I took a more natural way. And for me, I chose to just clean myself out, detox, and just not. And I want you guys out there to understand that all recovery has to start with you.
Yeah.
Regardless of what pathway you take, it's got to start with you. You have got to want it 100%, and
Yeah.
make those choices to want to stay clean.
That's absolutely true. So the pathway that you chose has to be the pathway that you feel comfortable using. Everybody will have to have the willingness to want to stop any type of substance that they're struggling with. But no matter what pathway you chose, it has to be a pathway you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, in this article, they have a list of names of natural recovery. And I'm going to read some of them to you right now.
Okay.
It says natural recovery can be referred to be a number of other names, including spontaneous remission. That's one way. Self-change, in which we heard spoke on earlier, that you have to have the ability or the willpower to want change. Self-recovery, auto remission, spontaneous recovery, self-maintained moderation.
I like that last one. You said self-maintained moderation.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I like that.
Now, that to me, when I read that, I believe that is those who are able to let's deal with those who have an alcohol substance disorder.
Yeah.
And then you have some people that's able to what they call functional drinkers. They're able to go into parties, gatherings, think where they are serving alcoholic beverages and still maintain their normalcy without going into adverse behaviors.
Yeah, that's a good analysis. Or we were just speaking about some people. You just have to know my pastor always say you have to know your limitation. Every person doesn't have the exact same limitation, just like everybody don't have the exact same willpower to refrain from doing things. But some people possess. I have a friend, he has now passed away, but he had such great willpower for certain areas that I admired. I was like, how do you just shut that off and shut that on like that? But he was able to do it. So he had that self recovery type of mindset where he was able to do it, literally.
Well, I think we all agreed earlier that it's a mind over matter thing. It's, if you can find the triggers and those sorts of things that make you, they bring back those impressions of what you were doing or what you were in need of.
Yeah.
And be able to capture that and be able to understand where is it that you have to either use your mind and be able to self-contain yourself, right? So you say, if I'm gonna go out to this party and they're drinking and they're doing drugs and I literally cannot control myself in that situation, then we have to understand that these are situations we need to stay away from, right? But there are people like me, my kids always tell me, I have an ability to say mind over matter, I am not going to do this. Done, right? In everything that I quit, it has always been a mind over matter situation. Whether it be cigarettes, whether it be taking medications or whatever that is. When you're finally done, you're finally done.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people need to really understand. It's your choice, how you do it, and whether or not you're really to that point that you're ready to commit yourself to your recovery.
Yeah,
That's good stuff. And some people will debate about the willpower thing. They will say, it takes more than willpower. What I believe they're actually saying, it took me more than willpower because some people I know have such a great willpower to stop things that they pulled it off without going to treatment, without using any MAT, without using anything. And I salute them. But for those who think it takes more than willpower, I think you got to personalize it and say it took me more than willpower.
yeah. And some people have very good coping skills. Some people have very good discipline.
This is a good word. That's a good word, man. I'm glad I told you that. That's good, man.
Hey, man, I'm gonna borrow it today. I'm gonna give it back later on. But
That's a good word. Discipline. Very good discipline.
The willpower to do better.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna read on some more. All right.
All right, go ahead.
It says scientific studies on natural recovery, and it reads: studies into the efficacy of natural recovery from addiction or substance abuse disorder have been sparse, but there is a growing interest in the phenomenon. One of the main problems with collecting such research is that those who quit their substance use disorder naturally will often not appear in statistics. Nobody other than family members and close friends may even know that the individual ever had a substance abuse problem.
Hey, let me pull over, pause, and park right here for a moment. Hey, listen. You said that a lot of people, it's not that many statistics on people who did it naturally because most of it ain't even reported. Like people probably didn't even know they had these issues or substance use disorders. So that's why a lot of people will have a problem with people who say they did it naturally, because a lot of people didn't even report it because a lot of people in their families didn't even know that they had these issues because they were so strong to be able to shut it down that people didn't even recognize that they had substance use disorder.
Yeah.
That's awesome because they was able to turn it on and turn it off in such a fashion with the strength and the willpower that they was graced to have that people didn't even know they had a problem.
And that's true, because in my case, I know, like, and you guys know, my children themselves, they have addiction issues, all recovered, but had. For me, they look at me and say, you never had that, because I could turn it on and turn it off whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
So that paper you reading is facts. That's truth right here. She's saying that is true.
Now we have one case study right before our eyes, right?
Right before our eyes, we have somebody that actually did it, and her loved ones even said, "You never had that. You never even had an issue."
Yeah. All right. It says a number of studies have shown that there are substance abusers who seem to be able to return to low-risk drinking or low-risk recreational drug use. Hopefully, more studies will be forthcoming in the future. Now, the other bullet I would like to read, it says, reason for why some people choose natural recovery. And we're going to get into it. It says
right.
there are a number of reasons for why people may choose natural recovery, including, number one, the individual feels strong enough to give up their substance abuse without the help of anyone else.
That's what she said. She said I was able to do it. And there's a lot of people out there like that. They are able to do it, right? That's why we got to respect multiple pathways of recovery.
Yep. Number two, the individual learn how to moderate their intake. This may occur with people who are strongly motivated, but it may not be something that they can keep up indefinitely.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to control their intake of how much they do, how much they will do, how much they won't do. So they're able to control it.
Yeah. You want to read something, Karen?
Sure.
You know why, Greg? This is why people look at don't have an issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why people look at people that could do that mind over matter or naturally,
Natural recovery.
And as we just said, and I think that's why people look at them and say, well, you never had an issue because you could control it to begin with.
So they don't even put them in the class of a person who have a substance use disorder. Even though the person who's able to control it acknowledge that they do have the issue, the other people on the outside say, if you're able to do this and do that whenever you feel like it, you don't have an issue. But that's not actually true. They just use the pathway of natural recovery.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, it says they do not have a long history of trying to give up without help and fail. This means that their self-efficacy may still be high. Their inner beliefs gives them the motivation they need.
And you said self-efficacy is really high?
Yeah.
Yes.
That means self-efficacy. I learned that word. I've been studying. It's like the ability to respond to when you face like a crisis. You are able to use the coping skills that you have. A person who lacks self-efficacy don't know how to use the coping skills, even though they are in the possession of what's needed to fulfill the purpose that they have. They don't know how to execute it when it's needed. But a person who uses natural recovery have high self-efficacy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Hey man, you really
like when they back against the wall, they know how to use what they have in them to complete the task.
Hey man, that CADC stuff paying off, man.
Yeah, mind over matter. They kick in. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, Karen, let's roll.
Number 4 says there are sometimes people who claim to have a spiritual experience that completely changes their outlook and worldview. An example of this type of spiritual event would be the near-death experience.
They have a different perspective of how they see it. I think she mentioned that. She said, because I actually asked her the question, what made you stop doing what you were doing? And she said, I just didn't want to be like that no more.
I didn't like the feeling.
She didn't like the feeling. I'm sorry. Her words were she didn't like the feeling. So she had another view of her life at that moment that said, I need to change or stop what I'm doing because I don't like the feeling and I have a different perspective or view about my life. So her natural recovery process kicked in right then and there.
And that's good. That's some good stuff because that relates to your spiritual well-being. Something was making her feel irritable. The substance itself was making her feel irritable. And so her natural spiritual state says, this ain't me.
Yeah.
I want to get back to how I feel naturally. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That was good.
Yeah.
And then number 5 says some individuals manage to sum up enough determination after hitting rock bottom that they are able to quit unaided.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Fed up. I'm done. My pastor said that, Mike, when you get tired, you ain't gonna need a counselor, nobody. You like, I'm done.
I always ask that question.
Yeah.
I'm talking to somebody. I always say, when are you going to be tired of being sick and tired?
Yeah.
That's when change starts.
That's when change. That's right. That's when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we're gonna keep rolling.
Hey, yeah, and anybody out there, if you out there and you need any services from Capital Recovery Center or Recoveries on Wheels, you can always call the number 1-800-236-2448 or call 856-391-7449. Our motto is, how can we help you with your recovery today?
And what's your recovery look like to you?
That's right. And what does recovery look like to you? And that is very important because that's why we're talking about multiple pathways of recovery. If your recovery looks like this and it doesn't look like mine, that doesn't mean you can't maintain your sobriety because yours looks different from how I define it. You define what recovery means to you.
And also, we're coming up on Recovery Month. I believe National Recovery Month.
What's that, September?
It's in September, right?
Yeah.
And so I want everybody to be mindful of that we're going to be out at the motorsports in September. I don't know the exact date right now, but we're going to get it to you. And that we're going to be hosting the visual recovery.
Oh, the vigil is the overdose awareness candlelight vigil is on August 31st at the NJ Motorsports Park.
That's the one. That's the one I'm talking about. It's good to have young people with you, man, that knows stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad Miss Karen there, boy. She going on vacation. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray hard.
All right, we ain't gonna stay there. We're gonna keep it moving. All right.
All right, let's go.
Natural recovery and self-efficacy. That's your word, Mike.
That's it.
All right. One of the reasons why people seem to be able to give up naturally may be that they have high self-efficacy. This is the belief that an individual has in their ability to achieve something. When people have high self-efficacy, it means that they are highly motivated. They have belief in their ability to achieve the goal so that they are willing to put a great deal of energy into it. Those who have low self-efficacy are almost doomed to fail from the start. This is because they do not believe that they will be able to achieve the goal, so they become unable to muster the needed motivation. The most common reason for why people will have low self-efficacy include, and Karen, if you want to read.
It includes they have low self-esteem, and this means that they have no confidence in their own abilities. It is common for people with substance abuse disorder to suffer from low self-esteem, and this may explain why it is so difficult for them to stop without treatment. If people have tried and failed at something, it can lower their self-efficacy. Most people struggling will have a history of numerous failed attempts to go it alone, so their self-efficacy in this regard will be low. Number 3, humans are easily influenced by their peers, and these people can lower the individual's self-efficacy for giving up alcohol or drugs. An addiction therapist is often able to counter this by encouraging the individual's belief in their own abilities. And the last one, those who are ambivalent or unsure about the desirability of being in recovery can struggle to develop high self-efficacy. This is because they do not really want to succeed.
All right. Look like we lost our people at Recovery on Wheels. However, we are still here at Capital Recovery Center. And I just like to make mention about the one, I believe it was the fourth one or the third one she read was humans are easily influenced by their peers. And that is making it so hard for those who's really trying to do it solo or do the natural way, because a lot of times people can come along and whisper in your ears bad thoughts, bad ideas, and that would lead to behaviors that would take you into substance use disorders. And so therefore, people, places, and things is very vital to anyone recovery. And so therefore, if surround yourself, once again, surround yourself around people that positive, like-minded people who striving to do things the right way. And so I want to salute all those who did it or who are doing it the natural way, because like the article says, you have some high self-efficacy.
Yeah.
And that is so important. And so I salute to you, take my hat off to you. And so we're going to end on that note, I believe, and we're going to save some for the next week. And I believe Mike will be with us, and we're going to continue this segment. Once again, for those who are just joining us, the name of this article is called Natural Recovery from Substance Abuse, or should I say Natural Recovery from Substance Abuse, which is by alcoholrehab.com. capitalrecovery.com. Once again, my name is Craig, and I'm one of your recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center.
And I'm Karen, also a Capital Recovery Coach. Just a reminder for those who want to participate in the Candlelight Vigil, you do have to register. And if you would like to remember one of your loved ones, you have to submit a picture. Join us. It is a very lovely event. So we hope to see you on August 31st at the NJ Motorsports Park.
At Millville, New Jersey. Come on out.
Have a blessed day.
See you.